1.5 Awareness Cycle. Create your frictionless enterprise value web of self talk, relationships, values, and learn your awareness state. Dr. Rajiv Shah, president of the Rockefeller Foundation, wrote, "An innovation ecosystem is made up of different actors, relationships, and resources who all play a role in taking a great idea to transformative impact at scale." A dear friend of mine is a venture capitalist on the East Coast, and he actually creates cybersecurity firms that are really moving the needle in terms of innovation in identifying and reducing threat actors in cyberspace. He's told me that in addition to obviously high technology and critical thinking skills, it is the CEOs and the executive team of those small startups that actually has relationship with customers and frankly the ethical hackers and potentially even hackers in the community that have a tendency to be the most innovative and really driving forward new thoughts on identifying threat actors and eliminating their impacts. Relationships matter. And now you've been given a couple of tools, actually a few tools, to think about how those relationships impact your awareness and to leverage them to actually increase influence in the right dimensions of increasing psychological safety. Healthy self-talk that has a transformative impact at scale all create a space in you and around you that sounds like possibility. Healthy thoughts that have a transformative impact at scale open your mind to new experiences, occurrences, and outcomes that are better than current state. Let me emphasize this. So many clients have middle layers of leadership that are so ingrained and entrenched in current state, they actually fight new ideas. They fight outcomes that could lead to better than current state. Ask yourself, are you a part of the guiding coalition that is moving toward better than current state? Or are you part of the resistance that is keeping your team and potentially your company entrenched in current state? Healthy thoughts that have a transformative impact at scale have a robust perspective on relationships. Even if their stumbles, mistakes, or failures occur, the great idea still has an ecosystem to grow. I've heard examples of both Jeff Bezos, CEO of Amazon, of Andy Grove, former Fortune 500 CEO, and other really great highly successful senior executives say that when they actually evaluate their P&L leaders and potentially even their middle layer leaders, they ask the question, what have you failed at? And if those leaders don't have failures to present, it means that they're not trying hard enough. If you don't stumble, if you don't make mistakes, then you're not trying hard enough. You need to be in a position and potentially creating a position where there's psychological safety to make some stumbles and even make mistakes. Unhealthy self-talk that has a dispiriting impact at scale minimizes space in you for new ideas. There's a poisonous effect of unhealthy self-talk. Your future is limited to your existing stagnation ecosystem. Unhealthy self-talk can create the opposite of an innovation ecosystem, and we call that a stagnation ecosystem. That which is entrenched in current state and daggone it, ain't gonna move. Unhealthy thoughts that have an impact at scale close your mind to new experiences, occurrences, and outcomes that are better than current state. Unhealthy thoughts that have a demoralizing impact at scale have an unstable perspective on relationships. Stumbles or mistakes require punishment, and ideas are shelved. Ask yourself as you look at your latest, most recent value web, what is the nature of the self-talk and the nature of its impact at scale? What about those relationships? Do they encourage stumbles, mistakes, or failures? What about those values? Are those values a part of big picture thinking about something larger than even your team, your company, maybe even your industry? Are they reinforcing an innovation ecosystem? You know, economist and sociologist Dr. Thomas Sowell studied IQ and the familial experience of 1,000 of the world's greatest Nobel laureates and their peers across multiple disciplines. He discovered that the firstborn with mother or fathers that stayed at home with them in child-rearing years were the highest achievers in all disciplines. Firstborn with home-rearing scientists, doctors, poets, all overperformed their higher IQ peers and colleagues. At a minimum, we can agree relationships have an outsized influence on achievement. It is of crucial impact. Who is influencing your healthy self-talk? Are they fanning the flames of your passion so that you are inspired to grow? Or are they a wet blanket, smothering new thoughts? Do the evaluation on your most recent value web, and then I want you to step back through your all three of your value webs, and just evaluate what seems to be crystallizing from what you've already gathered. What do you see? What trends do you see among those relationships and those values and that self-talk? Let's do the work. Okay? All right. Now, when you redraw your next value web, I want you to ask yourself this simple question, and I want you to ask yourself this simple question at least 3 times. What has prevented me from being great in the past? What has limited you in your greatness? We believe greatness is in every human being. And we want you to ask yourself the question, what has been stopping you?